So here's day 15 with Dorado. And so every time I pull him out of his stall, I'm going to kind of connect. So moving him around a little bit and then giving him the reward with the cluck and then the cookie. And here I'm going to ask him to back up. So I've started to add pressure on the halter, and he gives me one step. And now I'm going to send him, and he's getting much calmer about me sending him. And I've also started to teach him a word cue when I want him to come in. So I use his name. He's been responding to that pretty well. So now I'm going to go back to kind of jumping up and down in his space, going to each side. And now he's starting to get a little distracted. I have my working students doing some stuff in the barn. So again, he thinks a little bit of stranger danger. He gets a little distracted. So I'm going to go and work on picking up his feet. So every day it's the same very consistent routine. Getting him to move his body, working on picking up all 4 feet, kind of doing that interchangeably to where it becomes, not an issue. And they get to where it's very easy for them. So give him a good rub. Working on moving towards the middle section of his body and then towards the back of his body. And he's been pretty good about giving me fair warning when he gets a little nervous. So, been happy about that. He gave me a good lick and chew. So there I felt him get distracted. I'm just going to tell him, hey, I'm over here. Don't jump on top of me, please. Asking for him to pick up the right foot. He's getting pretty good about this one. You can see he's still super aware, though. Now I'm going to go and give him a cookie. I'm going to work my way towards the back again. Just kind of going back and forth and back and forth. And then working on jumping up and down in a space with my arm over his back. And then giving him the rub. So then he's always prepared. He's kind of, nothing now is super shocking. He's starting to understand kind of what's coming next. And I'm starting to get a little bit more control of his body, a little bit more trust happening. Now I'm going to start going from side to side. Again, getting him used to me kind of moving around on his body. And now I'm going to work with my right leg, kind of swinging it back towards his haunches a little bit. And I kind of like that he's backing up a little bit as I get on, because that little bit of movement helps get them used to having weight on their back. So, because oftentimes you can sit on them fine, but the minute they step forward, you'll get that explosion or the buck. So it's important to do this type of groundwork. And here you can see he's trying to position himself a little bit, because he is, that a little bit more of that dominant horse. So kind of, you'll see he lifts his head up and he's trying to push me over a little bit. So I have to push him back some. And this is all a dance. So it's pretty fun to see when it starts to work and we can read each other really well and the communication starts to work. Now I'm working on getting my right leg over on the other side. So all I've ever done is kind of get my knee up. I haven't, because, the day before I was able to just get on his back, and that was that first step. And now I'm working on getting him comfortable with my legs kind of moving around on his body, and then working on getting my other leg to wrap around on his body. So again, I'm working on trying not to scare him and building it up into little steps. And then I just give him a nice rub. I'm rubbing him on that right side. And there I got some good little movement, and we didn't have an explosion, so that was really good. Didn't scare himself. And this day he was really enjoying wanting to have his head rubbed. So I kind of took advantage of that. And then if I feel like we're in a little bit of a stuck place, I'm going to go and make him move his feet again, directing him to see we're much calmer. He wants to come in, and I just give him a little bump on that halter a little bit, tell him no to walk on. That's kind of my cue word now for him. Then I'll call his name. Comes in really good. I'll just start to use that type of behavior to my advantage. So him wanting to come in is not a bad thing. I just have to teach him that he can come in when I give him the cue. So now I'm going to go back to picking up his feet. Again, it's all about switching it up, so you don't get stuck on one thing really. Asking him to back up so he's in a little bit better position to pick up his foot so I can be successful. And he kept thinking he was going to get a treat for that moment. That's why it took him a tad bit longer, but he picked up his foot, and then I gave him a rub. So again, like right now, as I work through the session, I kind of go back and forth between treats. He doesn't always get the treats because, again, it's a dance. So you want them to learn with the treat, and then that they can do it without the treat, and that it's that positive reward that they're looking for, searching for. And then sometimes you have to make him work a touch harder. Right there, he gave me a step, and then that time I gave him the treat. And now I'm going to see if I can get another step. And asking for another. He wants to be really soft in the halter, which is good. And then he gets a cookie. Now I'm working back towards the right leg. And that time he let me pick it up and hold my hand. That was really, really good.
Good boy. Good boy.
And this is also good because I'm able now to start leaning with my body on him, and then I'm able to pick up the foot. I really like that feeling that he's allowing, and I can feel the energy is soft. It's not being braced against me. I'm going to go back to jumping up, down, pop over on his back. And there I was able to get my right leg over, which was a big deal. Rubbing him. Again, he's still, so he's not moving. So that's what I have to work on next, is getting him comfortable with moving while I'm still on him. And I'll do that by just staying on halfway. But I got to work on first preparing him with getting my right leg over. And there I was able to get 1 or 2 steps, and he was super good.